All right, everyone. We are back on for another episode of the Shop and Tread Talk podcast. We've got Frank, as you've all seen before, and we have a guest here. His name is Nathan. Nathan, what's
How's it
going
going,
on,
guys?
my friend?
Good. We're here.
Good. So tell us who you are, where your shop is, and what you're all about, man.
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Nathan. The business name is CDP Diesel and Auto Incorporated. We specialize in light-duty diesel pickup trucks. So CDP actually stands for Cummins Duramax Power Stroke. We like them. They're our bread and butter.
Good for you. It's a
yeah,
good thing somebody does.
yeah, exactly. You'd think I can charge a whole lot more because nobody else wants to work on them, but yeah, it's a topic for another time. The shop is in Palmerstone. We're about an hour northwest of Kitchener-Waterloo, half an hour straight south of Hanover. Small town, like 3,500 people.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think I've picked up a few cars from Palmerston from the auction.
So, yeah. Okay. Yep.
We're in Waterloo in my shop, so we're not too far from you.
Right. Okay. And where are you guys, Frank?
We're in Aylmer.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. So we're southwest of London.
Yep.
Southeast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I've been in Palmerston. Yeah. I've been in Palmerston one time. I actually went up there and bought an exhaust bender from these guys who. Yeah.
There was a shop on the corner, kind of an old looking building.
Yep.
RS Automotive. Yeah.
That's
so I'm actually related to that guy somehow. I'm not really sure how. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got his exhaust bender when he went and bought a new one.
It should have been in the will to me apparently, but not anymore.
Oh, you can come buy it for me if you want.
There you go.
You'll get the new one.
Yeah, maybe. I'll get the replacement. Yeah.
He bought a brand new one and is like, I don't know how they're gonna justify that because they wanted to retire in 5 to 10 years. I'm like, that's a lot of money to upgrade.
Yeah. I've looked at them before, and they don't go big enough. Like really, anything we use is like 4-inch and
4-inch,
5-inch, and it doesn't. I think the one that I was used to back in my Midas days, did 3-inch, but it would wrinkle it pretty hard. Yeah.
How much?
That's what they do. They use 3-inch. You can buy adapters to expand 4 or 5-inch, but not bending though.
No, it doesn't like it.
How much are those things? Exhaust benders? We usually just use our hands.
No. Well, when you buy them new, they're about $20,000. I paid just a little bit less than half of that for mine.
Does it come with the employee for $20,000?
Experience. I've got 6 years of it. Way back when I first started, I had 6 years of it.
You can't just put in a vice grip and just pull. No, it doesn't work.
Gosh, no. It's quite an art. It's quite an art.
Yeah. It is.
You can tell I'm not a technician, right, Frank?
You got to go back on all my TikTok for a while, and when I first got mine, which would have been last summer, end of summer, and when I first got it, I did a pretty nifty tailpipe extension on an F-150.
Okay.
Anyways, I made a nice video of it.
Nice.
But I hadn't bent pipe for 20 years, and I did it, and I'm like, I think I still got it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it way back in the day, back when I was a Midas guy. Yeah, I didn't mind it. Yeah.
It's fun.
I did dual exhaust for all my buddies' trucks and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It was good.
Yep.
So, Nathan, how long have you been at it?
Well, if we go way back, I graduated high school 07, and I got my 310S ticket in 2012.
Okay.
And then later that year, kind of early 2013, I actually moved out to Alberta and worked at a diesel shop out there.
Oh, beautiful.
For 4 years maybe.
Okay.
And then I gained a whole bunch of knowledge and came home with no more money than I left with, and worked for a couple other shops, and then decided to start my own with a buddy actually. Kind of evenings and weekends, and that would have been 2018. Okay. And then CDP officially started late 2018 then.
Same building that you're in now, or?
No, so we rented a building back then. Well, the evenings and weekends was on a farm in a drive-in shed, actually. Had to wear rubber boots all winter because it flooded.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's good times. But we rented a shop in Listowel when CDP started in 2018. And then right around 20, right when COVID kind of came through, like 21 ish,
Yep.
we bought a building in Palmerston then. So the building that we own now is 50 by 60 shop with a 20 by 20 office kind of out front.
Nice. It's a nice looking building. I saw the pictures on
Yeah,
Google. Like that's really nice looking building.
it is nice. It is nice. It's it's interesting because it ticked enough boxes for us when we were looking. You know, the landlord wasn't super happy about 20 pickup trucks sitting around all the time, and it kind of my lease ran out, and I was kind of on a bit of a month to month, and my landlord was like, you got to find something else, and then this shop kind of fell into our laps. It works really well. It lays out okay. It was never designed to be an automotive shop.
Yeah.
It was actually the guy who we bought it from built it with the intention of selling it, but he actually used it for like custom kitchen cabinets.
Oh yeah.
So 50 by 60 with 3 doors. You end up having a bit of dead space kind of in the middle. If I would have designed the same square footage, it would have been different, but it's, again, at the time, it ticked enough boxes, and yeah, it's been really good.
How many hoists you running in there?
3 hoists.
Three?
We have a 15,000-pound 2-post and then 2 12,000-pound 2-posts.
Nice. You must know. Have you heard of Stroker's Diesel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huge shop. That's
Zeb-
that thing. That's their new shop is shop goals.
That beard, man, that guy's shop. It's
Yeah.
like a Costco.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Have you heard of him, Frank?
Where is that at? Strokers, you said?
Yeah, I gotta
Actually, I
send
don't know
you
where
a
they are.
link to his page. Like his shop is like the size of Costco, man.
Yeah, it's
That
like when
there's
you
a
think about
Costco
it.
for sale in London. We could go get that. Start
There
a
you
shop
go.
there.
Man, like you go in and there's just trucks. I think he's got hoists there, but he's just got trucks lined up like everywhere. And if I not like, don't quote me on this if Zeb's ever listens to this, which would be really cool. But he literally is like, oh, here, I'll take your keys and I'll call you later when it's ready.
Yeah.
There's no like, it'll be ready tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the day after. It's
Diesel work doesn't work that way. It's you bring it in, and it's not going to be done today. It's going to be time. That's what I always
Yeah.
found with
That's
anything that I ever
that's
did on
probably
it.
the most frustrating part is trying to schedule diesel work is a bit
Yeah.
of a nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, because most of
But
it
he-
now, anything in the engine related is cab off. So you
Yeah.
know, you're there. You got half a day doing that, and then you got to repair it yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
so
gonna be
the
time.
most common cabs that we pull off are the 5th gen Rams, so like a 19 and up Ram 25, 35, 45, 5500.
Yeah.
Or then the older Fords. We can have a cab up if on the older Fords, some of them, the 6.4 generation, so like 08 to 10 power strokes, the cab bolts went up from the bottom. So when the nuts spun on the inside, you had to rip apart the interior to pound the fingers back down onto the nuts to get them back out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they use factory Loctite on all of them. So if those bolts come out clean, or if the cab's been off before, we can have a cab off in those trucks in less than 2 hours,
Mhm.
and then you're wide open. Then it's a walk in the park. Then
Yeah.
I've done a few cab offs on a Hemi to do camshaft and heads on it, and on a 5.7 Hemi I won't, but on a 6.4 Hemi with the EGR and all that stuff, I'll
yeah,
pull the cab off because that EGR is a pain in the ass.
yeah. Or
And,
like eco diesels too. Same deal. Yeah.
Yeah, we did one of those. I said never again.
Yeah.
Then the thing sat outside for like almost 3 months waiting for an oil cooler on that last one that we did. I'm like,
Yep.
nope, not
That's
touching
because you're
that
a
one again.
professional Toyota Tundra engine installer, Frank. That's why.
Hey, I'd do that. I'd do that again.
Now.
That was a good job. I enjoyed that
What
one.
year Tundra?
Oh shit, it was 07, I think, or something like that.
Okay. Yep. 5. What do they have?
No,
5.
it was a 4-liter. It was a 6-cylinder.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. It was weird. Like I looked at it and I thought it was a Tacoma because it was such a small truck. I always
They
remember
are, yeah.
Tundra being this massive thing, but I guess in that year it looks more like a Tacoma. It's just a tiny little.
Yeah, they're
thing.
a little bit smaller yet. Still.
Yeah, with a V6, and it was a manual transmission, all that.
Oh wow.
Nice.
It was a
Cool
pretty
truck.
decent job. I didn't mind it at
Yeah.
all.
Right on.
Toyota is nice. They give lots of flat rate time, so you can make time on it pretty easy.
Oh, okay, interesting. You guys
Nathan,
use like a Mitchell or something for most of your book times, or
Yeah, that's what we use. Yeah, it's a much more accurate than, like, we have both Mitchell and Identifix,
yeah, okay,
and Mitchell is more accurate than Identifix is.
oh, I'm sure.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
We're with Tekmetric, and we use the Tekmetric book,
Woo!
and yeah, and you can integrate Mitchell or Pro Demand or whatever with
Yeah.
Tekmetric, and we always compare if something seems off. But a
Yeah.
lot of the diesel stuff too, it's kind of hit and miss if it's even there. But we've got a lot of it kind of in our memory bank, which is unfortunate, because then if somebody that has that in their memory bank is not there, then we gotta kind of go looking. But we also lean on the techs pretty hard to tell us, if there's going to be any headaches that we need to charge more time for and stuff like that.
Yeah, the labor times on Tekmetric, depending on what it is, need to be adjusted a bit.
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I actually messaged Frank earlier today. We had I think it was a 2010 Mazda CX-7 in, needed inner tie rod. It was about to fall off, but of course, it's not important. They didn't want to do it. But
Yeah.
it was saying 3.5 hours for inner tie rod. So it got me thinking. I was like, it doesn't sound right to me.
I've seen more like that. I wouldn't know what car right now, but I've seen that before, where it calls for like 3 hours to do an inner tie rod one side, and I'm like, it never takes that. Like it never takes. So even
Yeah.
when something like that comes in and it says 3 hours, and I look at it, and I'm like, it's just an inner tie rod. Like, so we
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
just charge an hour for it. Like, I'm not going to charge someone 3 hours
No, I
for
would
something
never.
that's going to take me an hour to do. Like, I just like,
Yeah, that's definitely a fine line there.
yeah.
How do you find the software, Nathan?
We've had it since 2020, and I love it. It's been really, really good. We actually just integrated today, actually, with Steer CRM system and Auto Shop. No, what was the
You
other
didn't
one?
do
I
their
forget.
marketing one. I think they have a marketing platform too.
Yeah, no, we didn't do the marketing one. We did the auto ops,
Auto ops, okay.
like the scheduler online and stuff like that. So
Yep,
we'll see how that goes. But yeah,
that's good.
just something else to muddy up our schedule when we're trying to figure out how to fix these diesels. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually use a full marketing suite from Tekmetric, and it's been
Oh,
good
okay.
for us so far. Like
Interesting.
the
We did use Shop Market Pros we still do for our website and some of the advertising, but their Google advertising, like the price ran away, because you have to pay Google, your price per click.
Yep.
And then on top of that was Shop Market Pros stuff. Like, I remember, like, my credit card was maxed out like 3 or 4 times a week from Google, just trying to charge it, trying to stay on top of the price per
Oh
click
man.
and stuff like that. It was outrageous. Like, I remember when I finally pumped the brakes and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I think we were like, in a matter of months, we had paid Google like $9,000 or something, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what are we doing here? But it only brought in, because their whole thing is, like, if you're going to spend money on marketing, you want to make sure that it's doing something, and it brought in like $1,100 worth of work or something. So I was like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah,
But
all of our Google advertising is done by the guy that runs my website, and I don't know however he does it. It doesn't cost me nothing, so I don't know what he's
yeah,
doing.
He's in
so
the beer.
that's
But
probably
it's not like
like
direct advertising like you do by click or anything like that. I tried that once,
yeah,
and that's expensive.
yeah, yeah. So we still use Shop Market Pros for our Google stuff, but more like the search engine optimizer and stuff like that,
Yep.
not like
Yeah.
the ads and stuff. It was the
Yeah,
ads that
that's
were
what he does.
wild.
I ran an ad once in Google, and I found that 90% of the clicks were robot spam clicks. They
Oh,
weren't
okay.
even legit ones. And
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I don't want this garbage.
No,
So I
it's
got
not
rid of
doing
that real
anybody any
quick.
favors.
No, there's a lot of ways, like depending on what kind of content you have on your website, different pages, certain keywords that'll bring up a lot of different pages for you when you're searching for certain things on Google.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You guys are both on Tekmetric. We're just starting. Like, we're working through getting the setup done this week.
Okay, nice.
I had to finesse Frank for at least a month and a half
Yep.
to convince him to switch over to the
It
bright
wasn't
side.
me so much you had to convince. It was my wife,
Yep.
and she's.
Okay.
I think she's convinced she's gonna like it. So
Are you coming
um,
from a different shop management or?
we never had a shop
Oh
management.
man,
Right?
it's gonna
Yeah,
blow your mind.
and that's what
It's
everyone
fantastic.
tells me, right? One of my
Like we
former
came,
employees, he uses a in a company where they use Protractor, I guess. That was
yeah,
another one. And
super old
eh,
school, but yep,
yeah, so no, he said you're gonna really like it. And this is me coming from my whole career has been pen and paper and Google Calendar, right? So
yeah.
it's something new, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, we like. I don't want them to hear this, but if they doubled their price tomorrow, I wouldn't blink. Yeah, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Sorry, no
It's
one
like,
heard that. What'd you say?
yeah, it's the most important tool that we use day to day,
I,
guaranteed.
Oh,
I'm
that's
in
crazy.
contact with a lot of the higher ups in Tekmetric, so I'll make sure they tell them like, please keep your price.
Yeah, yeah,
It's okay.
No, tell him this Nathan guy, he said bad things about you.
Yeah,
yeah,
double hit price. Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. We say nothing but nice things.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Are you going there? Have you heard the Tectonic? Are you going to that or?
No, I would like to get to more of that kind of thing, but I don't know. It's like we've never really been south of the border for any training. I would love to go to a lot of that different stuff, and we just haven't. And I don't know if I just need to push for it more, or if it's the fact that if you're in the States, it's peanuts to jump on a plane and fly to the other coast, but for us, it's huge money to do that kind of thing. And
You got to
I've
make
got
it, man. You got to make it to one of these. Like I
yeah,
went to ASTA last year, and that literally changed the trajectory, man.
yeah,
Yeah, we're going to be going to ASTA this year, but we're also going to Tools in Pennsylvania in April.
okay, yep.
So that'll be our first one. And the only reason
What's
I
the one
convinced to
is the
go
ASTA
there,
the same one as at the same time as SEMA in Vegas?
No,
no,
SEMA
it's
is
about
in
a month or two earlier, right?
Okay,
yes, ASTA is in September.
okay, okay. I remember. Oh yes, I do remember that because actually I was talking to Lucas Underwood about that one actually, and he was trying to convince me to come, but my wife was pregnant and she was due in September, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I
Yeah,
should be.
probably not a good time.
Yeah,
I actually met Lucas for a few minutes when I went to ASTA. Nice guy.
yeah, yeah. He's man, like every time he's responsible for a lot of our success. He's been really good. That's that whole like their podcast,
Yep.
their Facebook group and stuff like that.
Oh,
They've
for
been
sure.
they've
I
been
listened to every single episode of him, Jada Mechanic, the Confessions of a Shop Owner. You know, Josh Parnell. Have you heard his podcast
Josh.
as well?
No, I don't know that one actually.
You should get on that one. That one's really good. The
Okay.
Limitless Leadership Podcast.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
I'll
Yep.
send you a link. Like it's
Yeah.
really,
Okay.
really good. He actually has a training coming up next month in North Carolina, which
Okay.
I'm trying to make work for 2 days. Just got to figure out with like I got the three kids. Try to figure out how to keep them situated and get
How
some
to
help from
manage
my
that?
wife, or else I'll be in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about
Yeah,
that other one we've been listening to, that Master Tech to Millionaire?
yeah, that one's really good.
That one's
Okay.
really good.
So
I'm
they're
about halfway
sponsored
through it.
by Auto Shop Answers, which is another coaching company.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Have you heard of Auto Shop Answers?
No, I haven't actually.
Wild.
Okay.
There's a
We
guy, I can't remember his name, but he has a 2 bay shop, okay, with 4 hoists. The dude's pushing 440 grand a month.
from four bays.
4 hoist.
Four hoists. Yeah. Sorry. Does he have four? He has four techs. Like he's got one tech per.
I don't know exactly the number, but
Interesting.
440,000 a month in sales.
That's a lot of movement for sure.
It's some big numbers. Where is he?
I believe it's in Boston area.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's wild.
It's a lot of money. Yeah. For four guys. Yeah. Because we have like I have two licensed guys. And then myself, I rarely wrench. Like I won't pull a vehicle in. I'm kind of I put out fires most of the day,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I'm we do like we specialize in transmission rebuilds just for like the Dodge and Chevy and Ford
Yeah,
diesel platform, and then I
beautiful.
also do some custom turbo kits and stuff like that too. So I kind of do that kind of thing, and then the two guys do all of the normal day to day work. And we did, I think last year we did like 1.5, 1.4 for two guys.
That's great, man.
It is, yeah. It's a lot. It's the stressful part is the like our ARO is like $1,700 or something like that. There's a
That's the
lot of
thing.
moving parts.
But see,
Yeah.
your average job, like, there's so many
Everything
different
big
parts,
money. Yeah.
right?
It
Like,
is, and it's what we've found is I always say this to my service writer. I always say like, if this was Nate's Auto Repair and we were doing brakes on Honda Accords, this would be a much less stressful scenario. But like we're pulling parts from the States, we're pulling parts from dealers all over the place, like even just to try to source some of the parts on these big jobs, and like it's wild money. Like today we finally we did an engine job on a 13 Ram 5500, and get the thing back together as an engine light on for a knock sensor, and nobody had a knock sensor, so we had to bring one in from Alberta. It's like $1,500 for the sensor and like $120 shipping, and it's just like, like I mean, $1,500 for last minute for a customer is it's I mean, regardless of how much his original invoice was for a whole engine job, like that sucks last minute, and it's there's a lot of moving parts to the diesel stuff that is more stressful than your average
Hmm.
automotive. Yeah.
well, also you got so many different line items on there. I mean, you forget one thing for whatever reason, that could be a $400
Oh yeah.
miss, right? Or
Oh
$500
yeah. Yeah.
miss.
It's crazy. Yeah. But it almost numbs you a little bit to bigger numbers, which I find is a problem. Like we're a little bit slower right now. Well, we're a lot slower right now. To this time of the year, it usually kind of creeps up on us. But like we had a 16 Honda CRV in the shop. We'll still work on that kind of thing. We won't turn normal automotive stuff away. If it's a
Yeah.
Volkswagen, we will gladly turn it away. Um, uh,
Same here.
yeah, but
Oh
we
man.
had the CRV in the shop. We did a oxygen sensor and maybe a brake service, and I was, and when he came in to pay the bill, it was like a $1,100 bill or something like that, and I was just like, what? Like, what did we miss here? Like, why is it only $1,100? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? And our profit per GP per hour was good. Everything was there. We hit all the goals and everything,
Yep.
and I'm like, yeah, this is just a small bill, but like, it was $1,100. Like that's
Yep.
it kind of it messes with your brain a little bit.
We're kind of the other way. Like, we're mostly general repair. We don't work on like fancy stuff like Frank does or anything. But
I do not work on fancy stuff, although I do have a Mercedes coming in tomorrow
oh, God help
and
you.
for some electrical issues. And I don't know how I got booked in because I already said to my service manager, said I don't want to work on this kind of stuff. I
No,
don't want to
I'd
work
be
on
calling them, telling them that your shop burnt down or something. You can't help
Yeah.
anymore.
I
That's
don't
not.
want to work on Volkswagen, BMW, Audi. Like I have enough other work to keep me
Yeah,
busy. I don't need this kind of stuff to clutter my shop. So,
yeah,
anyways, it got booked in. I'm going to give it like hour, 2 hours a max, and then if I
yeah,
don't get it's done, it's out the door. I'll work on something else
yeah.
because I don't have time. I
A,
don't
a
have
lot
time
of
to
the
diddle with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you do see a lot of shops will have a different labor rate for the European stuff. So
Hmm.
from the dollars perspective, you're like, ooh, I can charge 30% more, not because every European car owner has more money, but because European cars are just built backwards and inside out. So you have
Yeah.
to. So when the service writer is looking at the estimate, and you're like, heck yeah, I can charge X amount more. But it's all the extra stress
It's a
involved. If you're
headache.
not fluent with the stuff,
Yeah.
it's tough. We try pretty hard to stay in our lane. We don't if it's something that we're not super familiar with, or something that I'm just like, yeah, I could stumble my way through it. Like if I
Hmm.
can't if I can't put my guaranteed badge on anything that
Yep.
we're doing, man, I don't even want to touch it.
I have that same motto. That's exactly how I do it. I don't want to touch something that I know is, like you said, if I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to fix
Yeah,
it, I don't want to touch it.
No.
Like, send it to someone who's going to do it. They might charge you more, whatever, but at least that way it's going to be done. And I just stay
And
out
that's
of
why
it.
like we don't advertise that, like, because I don't consider myself to be a transmission builder. I just got really good at a couple very specific models of transmission. So like somebody will call and be like, hey, I got a 6L90 out of whatever, it's not working. I know what's probably, like, I know what's going to be wrong with it. I know what's those transmissions take, but I've never been in one, and I send them up the road because I just don't want the headaches. I don't want the phone call the next morning, and yeah, it's not
The
worth it.
comebacks are what really drive me bonkers, man. So I'm
100%.
trying to be as picky as possible with what customers I take in, and if I get kind of an inkling that this is going to become a headache, I don't care how much it is. I don't bother, man. I I have enough arguments with my kids and stuff after 6 7 o'clock. I don't need to argue with customers.
No, no.
And,
We're pretty good. Like you know, we started kind of filtering some of the vehicles that come through the shop, but then once you can kind of figure out how to filter people, it gets much easier because firing customers is not a good time, but you got to do it sometimes.
I
It's
fire customers all the time.
yeah,
Well, honestly, if I
yeah.
if I
Like
get
we
an inkling that it's going to become a headache, or the first question they ask is, what's the price with tax? You know right away that they're price hunting, and doesn't
or
matter
they're
what
trying
it
to supply
is.
their own parts, or you're getting screenshots from
Oh,
raw.
if they ask about bringing their own parts, that conversation ends really quick.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, you can't bring your own burger to McDonald's and ask for the buns. So,
No, I
so
remember
Yeah.
the shop I worked for out in Alberta. We did a lot of performance work out there, and some of the guys would come through the door and say like, how much to do this? And my boss would look at them and say, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, and we're not doing it.
Yeah, that's very true. Because when it comes to diesel work like that, it's not a matter of how much it's going to cost. It's just a matter of when can you do it.
Yeah,
Because most of these people, it's their work truck, right? It's not a matter of it's just their baby toy, whatever. That's a completely different animal. But you're probably working on every guys. They use their truck every day. They're hauling stuff. They just need it done. And if
yeah,
they say how long is it going to take or whatever, they only want to know how long it's going to take for how long they're going to have to rent a truck to haul that trailer.
yeah.
That's what I
Or
always find.
they come in with their truck and it's got an engine light and 16 codes, and they're like, I've got a load booked for this thing in the morning. Make it happen. And you're like, man, like that's not that's
Yeah,
not how this works. Like it's not reality.
yeah.
But if you can, like, we've gotten really good at the conversations that happen before we even take keys, and I think that's been a huge plus for us. Like everything gets broken down. It's not just thank you, Mr. Customer. We'll call you when we know what's up. Like it's the conversations that happen before the estimate's even made. Like with Tekmetric,
communication.
Frank, you'll get onto this pretty quick. Like you can send an estimate and wait for their approval. Don't just go on and approve it yourself because they're going to want to
Yeah,
do it. Like let them do it. And we made a new rule that we do not put anything on the schedule unless the customer approves it firsthand. And
that's the way it should be. Yep.
before we even send an estimate over, we have a full conversation about like what
Yep.
what what to expect, like how's our stuff work. We're going to send an estimate before we touch the truck. So
Yep.
if we bring the truck in and we do our diag, like we're going to call you, we're going to send you another estimate. Like you've got 15 minutes, half an hour to respond, and if you don't, it's going back out because something else has to come back in.
Hmm.
Like we do a complimentary vehicle inspection on every truck that comes through the door,
Yep.
and I have the same spiel. Like I'm surprised my wife doesn't tell me I say it in my sleep.
Yep.
Like we do a bumper to bumper. We let you know we're going to send you an estimate. If you don't do any of the extra stuff we find, we fill up your washer fluid for free, and that's like it's
You do
there's
like the 300% rule, basically.
yes and no. We sell. So it's a version of the 300%
Yeah.
rule.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
so we don't. I give the guys half an hour to do a bumper to bumper,
Yep.
and we sell inspections. So like if they, as soon as a tech comes in, I guess I can go through like our how we like
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
yeah like so we get the key, we make sure the customer is primed and make sure that and then my service writer will right away message him from Tekmetric and say, hello, Mr. Customer, we're bringing the truck in right now, stand by. Truck comes into the shop, we do a 360 video, it takes them 4 seconds to do a 360 video, put it up on Tekmetric. So then if they come back and say that
You
dent wasn't
scratched my
there,
car,
well,
yeah.
this shows there's a
We're
dent.
starting to do the same thing.
Yep. So then we will they'll do the bumper to bumper quick, so they get another tech over, go through lights, go through front end, go through um, um, horn and stuff like that, just easy little stuff, and then put the truck up in the air, and I missed something. Before it comes in, everything goes for a test drive.
Yep.
And then put it up in the air, and as soon as they see a ball joint or a wheel bearing loose, they stop what they're doing, they flag a front end suspension steering inspection, and they move on to the next part of their complimentary. So as soon as they see that there's a rim that's maybe colored and a brake pad that's down to nothing, they'll flag a brake inspection and keep going. So before they even start the diag for what the vehicle is even there for, we can produce 2, 3, 4, 10, depends on how what the truck is like. We can produce a whole bunch of extra estimates, and at that point in time, those estimates are not here's the price to do calipers, pads, and rotors. It's here's an estimate for us to do a brake inspection, which will unlock how the estimate for the full brake replacement, because without pulling wheels, we don't know if the calipers are any good.
For sure.
We don't know if flex hoses are cracked. We don't you don't get the full picture until the wheels are off. And my guys don't work for free, and we're not going to spend your money without you saying okay. So therefore, you have to approve this estimate.
Yep.
Oh, that sounds like a really good way to do that. So everything you just do a basic check over. Then if okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Flag something,
so
flag a front end, and then a front end inspection.
Yep, exactly. So right away, we won't say, the guys aren't going to write down left front tie rod loose. They're going to say something in the front end is loose and we have to do a steering inspection. There's nothing greasy. We're not hiding anything. Like, they don't know the full picture until they do a full hour diag on the steering suspension.
That makes sense. Like it could be a tie rod, but it could be a control arm also that's gone, that's contributing to it feeling like a tie rod.
100%. Yeah. And there's just more. It's even the technician's brain has to change from complimentary or complimentary vehicle inspection. Okay, now we're doing a full brake, a full suspension inspection. We're gonna measure, ball joint play and stuff like that, because some of the solid axle stuff, you'd be 80 thou up and down, I think, is allowed on some of the Dodges, and that's enough to thunk. Like, that's enough. You hear it, and if it's within spec, we can recommend it. But there's nothing saying that the customer has to spend X amount of dollars on a ball joint. Yeah.
We do it kind of similar. Again, we're more general repair. We only work on like Lamborghinis and Ferraris, like the normal stuff. But like a Honda Civic or a Mazda 3 regular vehicle come in, and it comes in for an oil change. We do a basic DVI on it. We don't pull wheels unless, like, if they're coming in and they're saying they're hearing some noise from something. Then we'll ask for permission, but we don't just go and pull wheels, because that's kind of greasy too, right? Like the car comes in for oil change, start pulling wheels,
removing parts. There's a line
we
there.
Ask them, like, we'll shake the front end, we'll take a flashlight if it's got alloys, and kind of peek through the wheels and see if we see anything interesting. And if we do see something, we can say, hey, look, we see something here, do you mind if we pull the wheels? And they say, yeah, sure. And then we do an inspection on it and send them the inspection. And if they want a quote, we just send it through Tekmetric, and bam.
Again, like it's not like every inspection we do is $270 for 1 hour. We're like a brake inspection or a driveline inspection or a front end inspection, and we give the guys 1 hour and it's $270. So there's like, it's not out of the world for us to send $1,000 worth of additional inspection estimates before they even get a price on what on what the actual repair is going to be. And that is, you got to be careful. That's kind of, you got to read customers, and there is a little bit of, every rule has an exception. So like, we present 100% of things that are wrong to the customers, because, if there's a ball joint hanging out of a truck and we send it down the road and he gets in an accident, that's on me. So, like we really, really try to cover our butts, and Tekmetric makes that very easy. Like it's not, that took some getting used to. when we started selling inspections like that, the guy's got one, he's booked in for a $300 whatever, and then all of a sudden his estimate's $1,300, and we don't even have the wheels off and the truck off the ground yet. It takes some getting used to, and that goes back to the conversation you have with the customer before you even take their keys.
It's all communication. I mean, if you communicate, and it's just the way you communicate with a customer and say, hey, look, it's going to be this is our process. If that's okay with you, then we'll continue. If that doesn't work for you, then that's okay too. But you just want to be very clear with them and lay it all out, right? And some people would prefer that, before, like I tell them, like, before I spend your money, I'm not going to be taking anything apart without letting you know.
For sure.
You came in for an oil change. If you need a tie rod, and I'm not going to go and change it and give you the bill. I'm not that guy.
No.
But we'll send you an estimate. You approve it, and if you are happy with it, we'd be more than happy to do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
No, we put, like, we make it the customer's responsibility to determine their end bill. If on that same truck that we gave them $1,000 worth of estimates, if they want to decline it all, I always tell them, like, there's no pressure. Nobody's got a gun to your head. We have to provide these to you to cover our butts legally. Like this, if you want to decline all of them, at least you got some washer fluid for free. So very low pressure. Yeah, it's all in how it's presented. Yeah.
And also, when the customer comes in, like with your place, you probably have 10, 15 trucks sitting outside, so it's not like you're starving for work, right? So
yeah,
maybe
sure.
not 10, 15, or there's work there. So I mean, if they don't do it, it's okay. I mean, there's going to be other work coming in, and you did your part.
It doesn't look like we're
what
fishing.
the vehicle needs, right?
Yeah.
Basically, like I was talking about Josh Parnell, people before profit.
Yeah, I say that all the time. People before profit and my fault management are the two things that I really fall back on. The my fault management,
if you do it right, man.
Yeah.
The whole point is to take care of the customer, right? Like we want them to feel comfortable. We want them to be safe, and it's our job to make sure that they're safe. Most customers don't care about what's going on underneath your vehicle, as long as it goes down the road. And when it doesn't go down the road, then you're at fault. So as long as we cover our butt and say this and this and this is going to happen, and if you don't take care of this, it will eventually not go down the road. But that's on your choice if you don't want to. So, like say, if you sell them that service and you sell them that, and if they decline it, hey, that's on them. That's their fault.
Educating the customer too, right? Like sometimes, like we get customers coming in that they may have gone somewhere. I had someone in today that they've been to like 4 different shops to have stuff inspected, and like every time I go to the shop, it's $1,300, $1,500, $1,300, $1,500. I'm like, depends on where you go, and not everyone. And I'm not saying all that work you did wasn't needed, but without seeing the vehicle in its original condition before you did all this stuff, I can't give an opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. We did a DVI on our vehicle, and she needed control arms, and whoever did the brakes, there was 0 lubricant on it. They did a pad slap on it and just throw the 15-minute brake job.
Oh yeah.
Take the rotors off, put the other rotors on, slap the pads on. I mean,
that's how I was taught to do brakes when I first started, and I'm like, not going to do it that way.
No.
And and she needed control arms and on one side and inner tie rod, outer tie rod, and she's like, "Well, I just got them done 2 years ago." I'm like,
but they haven't been greased since. So yeah, here we are.
It's been 2 years. Like you could have hit.
And what quality of parts was put on 2 years ago? That's the other thing.
And that's the thing, right? I don't have any information. And she had a mass airflow sensor installed, and there's another code for a mass airflow. But with these Mazdas, if you don't put an original mass airflow, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come back on. So,
Yep. No.
Again, someone else touched it, so I said, you better check with whoever that is. Here's your 2.5-page inspection, and whatever.
We find that the customers, the only time we get pushback on how we do things is when it's a new customer to us. And the shop that they come from, have been saying like, hey, you should probably do brakes soon, but like there's nothing documented. The customer doesn't know how bad it is. And then
they've never seen it, right?
Yeah. And then they come into our shop and we're just like, we're underneath this truck and we're just like, where did this thing come from? Like it is a disaster. And like all of a sudden they have those $1,000 worth of estimates and just for inspections. And that's a stressful one. You get a new customer that is maybe not correct for you, and you're trying to kind of move them in and get them all set up. And it's
You have to see like where that customer is coming from. If they're coming from a shop that maybe doesn't have all this technology, they're coming from a mom and pop that basically, they'll call, "Hey, Mr. Customer, you need front brakes." Okay, you want to do it or not?
Yeah.
But now we're at the level where we're taking pictures, taking videos, explaining on the video, this is why you need brakes. And then they're not used to that, and then they get an estimate for $650 for front pads, rotors, and labor. Like, holy crap, this usually costs me $400. But there's a reason why those $400 brakes you got done 8 months ago are needing to be replaced now, is because they use $16 rotors and $14 pads.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So Frank, what do you use now? Just an accounting software, and that's it?
Yep, that's all we were doing. Yeah, we were using QuickBooks.
Yep.
And like I say, that's all I've ever known. Actually, the shop I worked at before used a version of ProDemand Mitchell had their own.
Yep, I've seen it.
And we used that for about a year, but never really used it. Like it was very simple, and the only thing that it really did is it integrated buying parts into the software, and it didn't work well at all. So that's the only introduction I've ever had into any sort of shop management software. And the guy that I worked for, he was not interested in technology, training, upgrading, anything like that. It was just, hey, just work and get it done, and that was it.
I've worked for the same type of guy ever since that damn fuel injection came out. It's been a disaster.
I worked there for about 10 years too much. And I tell, and being the owner now, when I have an apprentice or I have a technician, thinking back, I shouldn't say it, but I do. I say, don't stay at a job too long. I would love to have someone that stayed with me for a long time, but if I could go back now, I would never stay at a job for more than 4 years. 2 to 4 years is where I would stay, unless it was like a premium, you're getting paid top dollar type of deal and you're getting treated like the king. But if you're not, 2 to 4 years max, and then go somewhere else, because the only way you're going to get more experience is to learn from somebody else. If you're always going to be an employee, go from here. Learn from here, and work your way up. Again, if I had to go back, that's what I would do. I hate telling my apprentices that, because my apprentice has been with me now for just over 2 years.
Okay.
And so I'm like, don't leave just yet. We're still molding you and shaping you. But that's my feeling now, being that I was 14 years in one shop, and that was just, like I say, about 10 years too much.
It keeps you hungry too when you're working for a different different atmosphere, different people, different boss. You do find the guys that have been at one place for a long time get, not out on lazy's maybe not the right word, you get comfortable.
And that's where I was. My wife says now too, she says, you were too complacent, you were too comfortable, and you didn't want to. And I said 100% I was. I worked, my house and my work was about 750 meters apart. In the summertime, I would walk or ride my bicycle to work or something like that. Like it was just right down the road, and it would go home for lunch, and it was great, but I wasn't going anywhere. I was at the top of the ladder. It was going. So the next step was where we are. And now I'm very thankful we did. It'll be 6 years this March.
Nice.
We've had our own shop. So nice. Very, very happy that we did it.
Good.
700 meters is ridiculous, Frank.
Actually, I think maybe it was 900, but it depended on which way I go. If I go through and cut through somebody's back, it was, but it was just like a 15-minute walk to work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah, like when me and my wife were looking to buy a house, because we rented a farmhouse for most of our relationship, and we've just had this house we're in now for 2.5 years maybe. And we were like, do we buy a big property and with a house and the business and the shop and everything there? And I was like, I've come a long way in separating home from work, and I think I would I would slip pretty quick if I had I have a shop here, but if I had work here, it would
The
be
customer's knocking on your door saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
that knock
yeah,
sensor you put in is not working."
yeah, exactly. I think that it would be. I'm glad that we didn't. It's yeah.
Smart move.
It'd be work after work every single day.
Oh yeah, and even right now, like customers don't have my cell phone. Well, I shouldn't say that. Most like there might be 5% of my customers have my cell phone number.
Yeah,
Mhm.
same here.
And we don't like I don't do paperwork at home. I hardly do much at all at home.
Yeah, no, you need to separate that. That's very important.
Yeah.
When I first started my shop, everyone was telling me that, oh, just use your cell phone as your business because people, your friends already have your cell number. I said no.
Yeah.
I refuse to do that. So we got a VoIP phone for our shop phone. I'm
Nice.
very thankful I did.
Yeah,
Like you
it
said,
records all your
maybe
calls.
5%. My close friends have my cell number. Customers will not get. And my brother-in-law gave out my cell number to a customer one time, and I chewed him out for it. I said, "Do not ever give out my cell number to anybody. I don't care who it is, how close a friend he is of yours.
Yeah.
That is not for people to have."
Yeah.
I think I've maybe got six customers at the most that have my cell number, and those are customers that I like been with me for like 10 plus years.
Forever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was before social media, like before everything. I'm talking like
Yeah.
before I wouldn't even have thought of saying no to give out my cell phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are
The
the
reason
ones.
the reason why I didn't get a real phone is because when we started, I didn't have any money. I didn't want to have to pay an extra
Oh, yeah.
amount of dollars for a landline. But man, if I could go back, I would change that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
I would say probably the biggest thing that helped us was getting more like just looking and appearing more professional. Like you got the phone system, you have uniforms for the guys is a big one, and just like the little things like that come really
Lighting, especially, man, that makes a huge difference in the garage.
Yep. Yeah. Where our shop is bright. The walls are white. The bottom half is plywood, and the top half is white, and the roof is white, and lighting in there.
Yeah.
It's nice. I worked in one shop for 9 months that felt like a dungeon. Honestly, it was so dark and dingy in there. It was depressing. And we got a nice bright shop, a nice bright office. Actually, we're just
Good.
starting to renovate our office this month.
Nice.
And we're going to change how the whole layout is. Like you said, professionalism. When you walk in, you want to be looking professional. And same thing. My service writer always wears a shirt with our logo on it. Except today he didn't. Today he was wearing something else.
Oh,
We
good.
better put that in the file.
Yeah, I better write him up for that. But I'm very much like that. If you're, especially, that's your first point of contact. If your service writer is crude and rude and curt, people are going to get turned off by that. Or if they don't look, I hate to say look the part, but look the part. Like you're representing this whole company. You're the face of the company, even though you're not the owner. You're the face of the company, and you need to play that part.
You're the voice on the phone. When they walk in, it's huge.
Yep. I walked into a shop one time. I was doing some business with another shop, and I walked in there, and there was two people sitting there, and one service guy, camouflage sweater, much too big. I think was even wearing jogging pants. A hat was on backwards, and I'm like, "This is the face of your company." Like, this is the face of your company. Come on, man! Like, come on, you can do better. Anybody can do better.
Customers are already kind of like, they're there. They know they're going to get a bill. It's already negative. They're late for work. They had to get their truck towed. Like it's, when they come into a place like that, they're looking subconsciously. They're looking for a reason to not be there.
Yeah. And to be upset about everything.
If you give them any little bit of reason to look elsewhere, why wouldn't they? Like it's,
exactly.
We have a glass cooler. Like right when you walk in, the first thing you see is this huge cooler filled with, I think it's gonna be 80 cans of pop and water and Gatorade. It's just jam packed.
Yep.
So
that's cool.
So every day I have one of my employees, before he leaves, his job is to go there and make sure that there are no empty spots.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
got to be completely full.
Yep.
So when someone comes in, I don't care if they're there just to say hi. I always make sure I say, hey, grab something before you go for the road. Because something you remember, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming in spending no money, but
Because
they're
it was
getting free coffee.
something free. It was something free,
right?
We do that with T-shirts and hats and stuff like that. If you spend some money, you get a T-shirt and hat, and the guys are often more excited for the hats and T-shirts than they are for the fancy work they just got. But
Yeah, we do that once or twice a year where we have a promo where we, spend so much. You get a. We did sweatshirts for a couple promos. We've done the Yeti cups, engraved Yeti cups. Man, people they'll bend over backwards for something like that, right?
I agree.
But yeah, just getting something as a hey, thank you for doing your business here with us.
Yep.
And
Exactly. It's
just
just a little bit of that 5% extra effort or whatever is.
Yeah. It's great advertising, and it's not being, trying to be better than whatever. Like, you want to be better, but it's not saying, hey, look at us, look at us, look at us. It's like, we appreciate you coming and spending your money here. Thank you.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Frank, like I was telling you, we're not in the car repair business. We are in the auto hospitality business.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
We are basically a hotel.
But
we fix, but our tenants and clients are cars instead of people.
Yep.
When they come in, they are everything.
Yeah.
Because if the customer's happy and they trust your service and they feel like they're welcomed, they'll spend money.
Yeah.
But if they come in and, the office is dirty, it doesn't look like the, those entrance mats, looks like those haven't been changed in like 6 years. It smells. They're not going to spend anything.
No.
Exactly.
It gives them that reason to look elsewhere.
Yeah. And they're looking for that reason to go somewhere else because some people love hop and shop, right?
Yep.
Well, all those Volkswagens can go look elsewhere, but all the others.
I'm sending all those Volkswagens to Elmer, every single one of them. And I'm going to tell him that Frank specializes in Volkswagens.
I'm going to hire a Volkswagen tech.
Especially turbos. He loves a 1.4 liter turbo. He stocks the turbos,
I stock the oil cooler gasket kit for those. I do. I have, because I do so many of them, and why not? It's a great job to do, and every one of them.
What's the application?
Chevy Cruze, basically.
Oh, yep.
His favorite.
Well, yeah, it was my favorite. I love those cars. 1.4 liter turbo. People hate on them so much, but I mean, you fix the coolant leaks and you fix the oil leaks.
They're actually
not change the oil once in a while. You
don't need to change the oil, Frank. It runs on canola oil. You can pick it up at Longo's.
They run forever, but yeah, they're great. So I stock those, and I stock the 3.6 oil cooler for the Pentastar engine. I have 2 oil coolers in stock at all time for those things.
Frank, you stock the Chevy Cruze as well.
I do, actually.
You have to.
I also stock rocker panels for the Chevy Cruze. I don't know. I do that.
Oh, there you go. What kind of inventory do you guys keep on hand? Like how many dollars worth of inventory do you have?
I don't even know that. I
you will soon. Get that Tekmetric
I will soon. And that's my whole reasoning for getting Tekmetric, because I've often, like, people are like, well, what's your numbers? I said, I don't know. So I go ask my wife, is our bookkeeper and our service writer. And I said, what's our numbers? Like, don't know. Well,
or your car count, right? Like, that's really important.
Yeah, what's our car count, or what's our anything, repair order, anything like that. And this is what. And then we go into QuickBooks and we get some numbers. I said, none of this makes any sense to me. I need this.
No, and it really won't, because QuickBooks is not. I think the numbers, if you're a numbers guy, the numbers of Tekmetric, the reporting of Tekmetric, once you get a couple of years under your belt, that part of Tekmetric is going to be, you're going to wonder how you ever survived without it. Like, even just like on every repair order that you're doing, it gives you live profit analysis and stuff. Like you know exactly where your numbers are, and like it's just it's black and white. It's amazing. Yeah,
it takes your wages, and then it takes their wage out of your actual gross profit, so you really see a proper number. Like, I made X amount of dollars on this after I already paid my tech to do the work. Like it really gives you some good figures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I'm not looking forward to the extra work that I'm going to have to do
it's a
to
lot to set up. Yeah.
to set up, but in learning it, I hate learning stuff. No, but I'm looking forward to learning it and doing the inspections and all that stuff. But mostly, I'm looking forward to the reports, to the numbers, to seeing exactly what are we producing, and like I know we've got a good business, we're doing well, but how can we improve? How can we do this better for ourselves and for our customers too? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just there's many aspects of it that are gonna blow your mind. Yeah.
Like you can look back, like let's say last October, in one click you can see what was your car count for last October, and then you look at this October, and you can see, okay, well, I was up 80 cars. Okay, I was up 80 cars, but what was the profit for this, and what was it here? And if it's similar profit, then you can kind of wonder, like, okay, what did I miss here? Why, like all those questions will be able to come up, but if you're not running, again, I only started that software in June,
Right.
but like in my opinion, if you're not running this kind of software, like we were flying blind.
You are. Yeah.
Like we, there's money in the bank. I think we're probably doing pretty good, but
Yeah.
you're
It's not
not
a sales pitch.
really.
You're blind. Yep.
You're blind, and then when you start getting these estimates and you start seeing the actual numbers, and you see, like, I'm a tire guy, so there's not a huge profit in tires just because you have to compete with everyone else selling tires.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think we're running 33 to 38% profit, which, I mean, it's not a lot. Like I think parts, usually the rule of thumb is about 56%. I don't know what you're probably running on parts.
The parts thing is tough for us because
you're big dollar parts too.
So it's not a big percent, it's a big dollar. So like, on a $6,000 transmission, I can't turn around and sell it to the guy for $12,000, right? Like no. Yeah. So that's one thing that has been a learning curve is when you hop on,
that's different for you
podcast,
for sure.
Facebook group, and everybody's saying you got to be 50 to 60%, GP on your parts, and I look at my numbers and I'm just like, how can you do that?
You can't. You literally can't on a.
You would burn every bridge
dollars like that. Yeah.
But brakes and suspension and stuff like that, I think we're about 45 to 50%. I would say.
Okay. Yep.
Tires, you're not gonna be doing 50% on tires. It's not happening.
No. What we do is we look for total GP dollars per hour, and that's we just and like, because if we're not going to make it on parts, we'll make it on labor. So like our labor is like, we have a floating labor rate. Like our door rate would be 128 for diesel, but like there's on a labor intensive job, that has to be significantly higher to be able to keep your GP per hour up where it needs to be. And without knowing those numbers, you don't know. You don't know what to do. You're like, I don't know, like $129 an hour, $120 an hour for a 15-hour engine job. That's you're making money. But what you're not considering is what could you be doing in those 15 hours that would be making you considerably more money. So you think about brakes or oil coolers on your cruise. Like, how many of those can you pound through in 15 hours? And you're going to make way more money than you would doing an engine job for 15 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Low hanging fruit.
You have to know what your numbers are. You have to know what you need, GP per hour, break even and stuff. And once you know that, that's when Tekmetric. It's just a sliding scale. You move your parts, you move your labor, and if it's above your goal, then hammer down.
And it's so quick to just literally within like half a second, you click here and you can adjust what profit you want to make on there within like half a second.
Yep, very quick. And can jobs.
Yeah, oh man, my can jobs.
Yep.
I can.
So that's what we were setting up today, is can jobs.
Yeah. It almost sounds like we're paid by Tekmetric right now, but
we should be.
I mean, I'm not. I don't know, but you guys
should be.
I'm one of their
biggest. Is working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've talked to some people there, and again, eventually down the road, we love to have them on board as sponsors. But
Yeah.
they're getting all the free advertising I can give them. I love them.
Yeah.
They've changed
Yeah.
my business overall. So
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
I'm one of their biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah. 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 No, it makes you look very professional in a hurry. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're needing to. Like I always thought we were professional. We try to be very professional with everything, but I think that this is just our next step in a more professionalism. And
Yep.
I really don't even know if any shops in our area are using anything. Like maybe our local tire shop might be the only one that I know of, or maybe in a Canadian Tire, but that is using some kind of a shop management software for
Yeah.
that specific
Or
purpose.
if they're using it, they're just dabbling. They're not full in.
Yep.
Protractor is a big one for a lot of like old school shops. A lot of guys will use it because it will still give a lot of the same numbers, but it's very clunky to use. It feels like it was a program that hasn't been upgraded or updated
Yeah.
since like
It's an
1995.
actual program. I did their demo. Like they sent me the program
Same.
link, and I had to download it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not. It makes you feel like you're using Windows 95.
Oh yeah, Nathan. We're pushing about an hour. I want to ask you.
Yep.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years, man?
5 years. So we right now,
Other than retiring in a boatload of cash and
yeah, just like my Instagram story is going to be me just like throwing cash in the air. Yeah.
yeah,
No, I would say we struggle with a lot of overhead right now. Mortgages, you know,
of course. Oh yeah,
we've got lots of overhead, and I would like to see another tech. It does many things, and you bring another tech in. It not only is it producing another 30% of our work again, but if you have more hours available, it means that your GP, your gross profit per hour goal can actually be lowered because now
Yep.
you've got another guy contributing to the pot. I think that my 5 year mark would be an addition, and another tech would be sweet. I don't think that that's reaching for the stars.
No, I mean, again, it's hard to find text and stuff, but I don't think that's reaching for the stars at all, man.
No. And I mean, like, we were talking about Stroker's Diesel. I don't want any of that. Like, it's cool, but you walk into that shop and you feel like you're a kid in a candy store, but then you go up front and look at their like 15 office staff, and they're like, $600,000 a week in payroll, and it's too.
That'd be too much.
But that guy, he's got a
congrats to
tanning
the
bed
guy.
apparently up there too.
What was that?
I think he's got a tanning bed that he got skyjacked in. I remember hearing something on a podcast that he has a tanning bed or something. Put it like
It wouldn't surprise me.
it's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think that would be my official answer. I think another tech. I would like to smooth out some of our policies and procedures. I'm really, really bad for being a little wishy-washy with some of that stuff. And sometimes it bites me in the butt.
Training, my friend. You got to go for those trainings in the States.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah. Maybe I should add that to the list as well.
I think there's 4 of them I'm trying to go to this year somehow.
Yeah.
But
that'd be sweet.
I think that'll make a world of a difference to really, like, you've also, from what I hear, you got some great processes in place.
We've come a long way. Yep.
But I think a couple trainings, if you go to them, not only will it help you in your business, like it may even help you really manage overall, because you're wearing a few hats, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah,
I won't take up too much time. And Frank, thank you for joining us. I know you were so busy with all your engine jobs that you're doing 27 hours a day.
That's a lot of hours in one day, 27.
Yeah,
that's good.
Frank,
I'm a magician that way.
He's the beast.
I was going to say too, Frank, if you once you kind of get up and rolling with Tekmetric, I'm always in for a road trip, man. I could come up and kind of give you some pointers. I can open up my Tekmetric on your computer, and you can kind of compare notes and and see what if there's any shortcuts or anything. I'm all for road trips for crash courses.
All right, yeah, it sounds good. That sounds good.
Frank,
We're definitely going to take all the help we can get to get this thing off the ground and rolling for sure.
Log into his computer. Just if I have access to his screen, I can just start setting up canned jobs like this.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's great, Nathan. Thank you so much, man, for joining us on this episode, and hopefully we'll get you back on.
Yeah,
and I think we'll call it a night. Just hang on here for a second, okay?
Yep.